Well, welcome to the third podcast of Clifton Live at Clifton Market. Uh, we moved over to YouTube because it'll enable me to uh, uh, download the videos and you can become a subscriber and get a notice when I go live. And we always got a chair right here for you here at Clifton Market. So it's like my microphone is a little bit stretched out there, but there's always a seat here. Come in. Well, I'll be here for the next 90 minutes talking about everything Clifton, and we got a lot of news to cover. So the big news today was we replaced the glass in the plaza boxes. They had fallen, the adhesive had come undone, and we had to just put new adhesive up. I got it from Ace Hardware, and I got the Ace flyer here today. We'll be talking about specials in Ace, and I'm soliciting all the businesses to bring on their news. I've got I'm trying the latest sushi here at Clifton Market, the volcano roll. It's quite delicious, really. I'm really excited about it, but thank you. Mm. 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 Fantastic. Well, let's get to the first news today. Uh, Saturday is the Clifton Town Meeting golf outing at Avon Woods. It's a shotgun start at 2 p.m. and it's $90. You go to the CTM website and you can pay online. We're looking for a couple of extra singles. It looks like normally we always fill up the 80 carts on the field, so we're looking for a few singles to come along to fill in the gaps. So this is very good. I'm glad that we've been able to get everybody on board on that. I'll be there, and I'll be in the past I covered the event with online Facebook posts, but now I'm just going to be taking pictures of the sponsors' signs on the tee. So here we are, live on YouTube. I decided to go to YouTube because I could download it, and you can subscribe and get notices when we go live, because live news is always more exciting than past news. So I'm going to go straight to the Ace Hardware sale flyer. They got jars for canning, $7.99. I wonder how many? 12 jars. That's it. And then that's for a regular jar, and then the wide mouth large jar is $9.99, and it's also 12 of those. So get ready for the fall canning. And of course the foam sealant, 12-ounce can is $2.99, and the Ace Premium Spray Paint is 2 for $6. We use that quite a bit. And then you have the weed killer. It's $12.99. It's minus $3 with card. So if you have an Ace Rewards card, you can get it for $12.99. Oh, they have the Craftsman small vac. Actually, I got one for my wife. She loved it so much. They're $20. Fantastic. And then buy two, get one free Ace furnace air filter. Well, I certainly have to do that because, boy, they're like $90, the ones I buy. I hope Ace has my size, and I'll be certainly check on that. And the insect killer, $3.99. So lots of good stuff at Ace. Let's go on with the rest of the Ace ad. Oh my gosh, look at this! A 6-drawer ball bearing tool center, $149. I'll have to be pretty old to get that for my birthday. $3.99 each, numerous tools, pliers, cutting tools, clamps, $29.99 Igloo maximum cooler, $24.99 Black & Decker battery powered drill, 50-foot pocket hose for $30. A Dremel set, $39 with minus $10 with card. Dremel Hatch Project Kit. Gosh, that looks interesting. Should really get something like that. See what else we have here. It looks like an e-cloth. Numerous things like to sweep the floor and collect dust. Numerous items, $2, $3, or $5. We have some trash bags for $4.99. I don't say how many there are, but limit 5 total at this price, so that's probably a good deal. Premium rollers for painting, $6.99. Some boxes for storage, 18-gallon tote for $4.99. And Duracell batteries are on sale at $10.99 each. So you've got a 16-pack of AA or AAA batteries. And let's see what the last page has to say from Ace Hardware's flyer this week. No clip coupon, $1 off when you buy 3 40-pound bags of water softener salt pellets or crystals. So if you have a water softener, that's time to stock up. And $12.99 for Flex Seal rubber space sealing. And they got the Flex tape also. And we have a $19.99 with $2 off with card, Rockwood Premium Natural Lump Charcoal. That'll be your grilling siesta. And then your choice, $12.99, a Mason bird feeder, farmhouse bird feeder, or 2 for $12, and also 2 for $12, Ace Wild Bird Food, 20 pounds. So there's a lot of bird feeders out there. $2.49 a quart for Pennzoil motor oil, and $2.99 liquid chlorinator. I guess that's for your pool. $29.99 3-inch chlorinating tablets, and then finally 79 cents each bird suet. Those are our specials from Ace Hardware. So I've already mentioned the golf outing this Saturday. Shotgun start at 2 o'clock. Probably the big news for this issue is the post office is relocated on Ludlow Avenue. So even Veronica, a longtime clerk there, said that she would always get people to come in and say, I never knew there was a post office here in Clifton. So with the post office now on Ludlow Avenue, she's going to get that more and more. And it's a beautiful post office, and she says that it has everything of everything. In fact, the YouTube video I did on that received the most number of hits of any video I posted in Clifton, 250 or so. So that was certainly the biggest thing happening. So let's get to the business of Clifton Market. We had a board meeting on Monday, and the rest of the market is running on thin air and needs 2 things to happen quite quickly. One is that we need to raise the operating capital that we never supplied the store when it opened. When the initial plan was that we would give the store $400,000 in operating capital, but it never crystallized because we opened the store as fast as we could, and we left out that important part of fundraising. And now we're in that mode. And there's 3 ways to make this happen. One, you can go to the GoFundMe page and donate. One, you can buy a share in the market, which is $200. and you can make a loan to the market, and they start at $1,000. So don't hesitate to stop in and participate in any one of those ways. And the second tier of making the market viable is to bring our sales up to 160,000 a week. And in order to do that, we need 10% more from everybody in the region within a 5-mile radius to spend 10% if they've never come to the market, or if they do come, to spend an extra 10%. So that's the short news from the market. We're going to get to more exciting things right away. Probably the most fun thing is to read the comments on the GoFundMe page. It's up to $3,075 right now. And see if we have any comments. Well, Elke Bushbeck left a comment a day ago. I love to shop at Clifton Market. There are great products. Thanks for making every effort to keep it going despite its difficulties. So thank you, Ellie, on that. And if you give a donation of $50, you get free pizza. $75, you get a free pizza, and $25 off a $25 purchase, and then for the $100 donation, you get that plus 10% off the grocery order. So you could shop your whole week's groceries and get 10% off with a donation of $100. And then for $125, you get all that, plus you get membership in the coffee club, and you get a free Clifton Market coffee mug and a year of free coffee. So those are the incentives. But of course, you know, if we're going to raise $300,000, which is what our goal on GoFundMe, we're going to need a little more money than just $125. But I'd like to thank our latest contributor, Carol Joy Hall. She gave $50, and Rose and Bill Koch gave $100. So thank you very much for that. So I'm gonna taste my last volcano roll here. It's really quite good, and then I'll start reading the Clifton Chronicle news. Probably the most important news in the online chronicle, in the chronicle, is the candidates meeting. Clifton Town Meeting will be hosting a candidate forum for the November election. It will be on Tuesday evening, October 16th, from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Clifton Recreation Center. From 7 to 9 p.m. All candidates listed on the ballot by the Hamilton County Board of Elections and those sponsoring ballot issues will be invited to speak and take some questions. Please plan on attending, bring a friend. If you're interested in volunteering to help with the candidates forum, please contact CTM trustee Patrick Borders at 513-702-0287. So once again, there's going to be a candidates night in Clifton on Tuesday evening, October 16th, from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Clifton Recreation Center. If you'd like to volunteer or learn more, contact CTM trustee Patrick Borders at 513-702-0287. There's also going to be a discussion with the judges on the ballot at a local home here next to the Lloyd House. And I'm sorry I don't have more information about it, but it's this evening. If you know how to contact You can search that. Maybe you might be able to pull something up. I'm sorry I don't have the details on that, but you would have to RSVP to appear. So. Clifton Market received an award at the Uptown Consortium event that's held every year honoring businesses. They won the first annual, I'm sorry, I'm trying to see. Clifton Market was presented with the Innovative Small Business Award. So Keith Brock accepted that award, and Keith is on vacation this week, so we look forward to having Keith interviewed live as soon as he gets back from vacation. And Clifton Fest is coming up. So just earlier I was repairing the boxes on Clifton Plaza, the Plaza box. The glass fell out. So I ran into Mary Rita Dominic, and she got a set of keys for the box to put all the Clifton Fest news in the boxes. It's coming about. You can go to cliftonfest.com, and the website is starting to be populated with the events. Here's the story from the printed edition of the Clifton Chronicles in your news boxes now. Clifton Fest 2018 is set for October 6th to 7th, featuring chalk artists, live music, street vendors, pet parade, 5K run and walk, children's activities, and multiple food and drink options. Friday night's activities feature wine and jazz on Clifton Plaza, with Ludlow Wines selling a variety of wines by the glass. Ludlow Avenue will be closed to traffic from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday from Clifton Avenue to Middleton Avenue. The chalk drawings will share the street and sidewalks and other available spaces with arts and crafts vendors. A West 6th beer tent and portable food options from Gaslight Business District restaurants will populate the street. Live music kicks off at 11 a.m. with Ma Crow and Company, followed by French acts, the Souf Soul Fixers, Akara, and Son La del Caribe. The 5K run and walk through Burnett Woods is Saturday morning. The pet parade winds its way through Clifton Fest Saturday afternoon, ending with judging and prizes at the music stage. Anyone interested in being a Clifton Fest sponsor, vendor, chalk artist, or volunteer can contact organizers at info@cliftonfest.com. That's info@cliftonfest.com. And if you want more information, go to cliftonfest.com. Thank you. Now, the other big news is Clifton Fest. The Clifton Cultural Arts Center is moving to a temporary location while they find a new place for the Arts Center, which also means that all the programs are going to be moving around, and they've really done an unbelievable job of switching, moving everything. And here's the story on the printed edition of the Clifton Chronicle. Fall classes, events, and exhibits at the CCAC. The changing weather and turning leaves signal more than just a coming of fall. They mark Clifton Cultural Arts Center's move to temporary spaces throughout Uptown. The classes, programs, exhibits, and events you know and love will continue throughout our time of transition. We look forward to introducing you to new partners and places throughout the Uptown community. The CCAC's administrative offices will temporarily be located on Short Vine in Corryville. At Samuel A. Hannaford Design Building at 2728 Vine Street. The CCAC's 70-plus classes will be held at the Clifton United Methodist Church, the Bethel Cincinnati Church, and on Short Vine. Rockets to Robots will travel to Rockdale Academy, Fairview Clifton German Language School, and South Avondale Elementary for the coming school year. The CCAC's exhibits will be held in multiple locations as well. The CCAC's Photo Focus photography exhibition, Small Towns and Long Views, will be presented at the Esquire Theater. Have you ever been in the Esquire Theater and going to the back theaters? There's a wall for art, so that's where it'll be. The Uptown and Around Community Art Show will take place at Avondale Business Center. Every year, anybody can submit a piece of art, and it's accepted in the art show. So that's the Uptown and Around Community Art Show. I always have a piece in that show. So it's going to take place at the Avondale Business Center, and the 9th year of the CCA's annual juried show exhibition, The Golden Ticket, will be held at the Trailside Nature Center in Burnett Woods. So look forward to seeing you there. It's always an exciting juried show with some of the best jurors in the region. The Sunset Salons are also going on the road this season, with one salon being held in each uptown neighborhood. Bethel Cincinnati Church will house Madcap Hats Off performances, and the Clifton United Methodist Church will provide space for Second Sunday Family Showtime. Regular updates on classes, programs, events, and exhibits will be added to the CCAC's website, as well as sent out through email. We encourage you to sign up for our email list to receive the most up-to-date information. Details and all locations of the CCAC activities can be found online at Clifton Cultural Arts, all lowercase.org, or by calling 513-497-2860. That's 513-497-2860. And that's from Emmeline Benson, the CCAC Programs and Communication Manager. So that's the big news from the Arts Center. Once again, we're live on YouTube here at Clifton Market on Thursday, and we'll be doing a live broadcast every day that's possible for me. We'll be talking about everything Clifton, and you'll be able to keep right up to date on everything as it happens. I'm just looking out the window here at the Esquire Theater, and they have a Alfred Hitchcock show here. We're showing 8th grade, 3 Identical Strangers, and Sorry to Bother You. So those are the headline on the marquee. So I guess last week was the Alfred Hitchcock, because I saw that, since they changed the program on Thursday. So in the future, I'll have all the lineup of what's going on in the Esquire Theater as I continue to keep everything abreast on I got 2 smartphones here working, and each tab is another piece of news for Clifton. Like we're going to go to the specials here at Clifton Market. We have USD Choice top sirloin steak at $5.99 a pound. Bone-in center cut pork chops at $1.99 a pound. California red seedless grapes at $1.49 a pound. 4 for $5. Avocados from Mexico. Prego spaghetti sauce, 24 ounce, 23.5 to 24 ounce, 2 for $3. V8 Splash, 64 ounce for $1.69. Crystal Farm shredded or chunk cheese, 7 to 8 ounces for 2 for $4. And Simply Potatoes, a 20 ounce bag for 2 for $5. So those are our specials for this week. The Clifton Market is open every day from Friday to Saturday to on Sunday to Thursday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. As our friend here. And Friday and Saturday we're open till 11. So it's Friday and Saturday from 7 to 11 p.m. So that's the specials of the week here at Clifton Market. And let's see if we can. I'm pulling up the CliftonCommunity.org page, and of course I already talked about the Clifton Town Meeting golf outing this Saturday at 2 p.m. at Avon Fields. It's a shotgun start. It's $90 to participate, and right now we're looking for some singles to join in and fill out the foursomes. So it looks like we're going to have a full 80 carts of the golf outing. And here's a story on the Clifton Chronicle, the CliftonCommunity.org page about entering the 4th year of the Clifton Deer Project. From the CliftonDeer.org team. With the sterilization of 8 more does last fall, year 3 of field operations brought the total number of treated deer to 59, or 91% of our total adult female deer population. Based on field camera counts, the herd within our study has shrunk by 19% since we started. This rate of reduction is steady and contrasts sharply with the 30% increase reported by the parks in the year before we started. A more detailed 3-year field operation report can be found on our website. Our goal this fall is to reach 95% by capturing the most elusive does over a series of weekend operations. In addition to the wild ones who browse happily at our bait sites until just before the darter arrives, never question the intelligence of these critters. We also will be seeking out the borderland deer whose territory overlaps but extends beyond our study area. This should result in more of the benefits of the deer program reaching the streets within the study area closest to Clifton and Ludlow Avenue. We are happy to report the Ohio Department of Natural Resources has renewed our research permit to continue operations for another 2 years. While the numbers from this study and others around the country are already showing clear indications sterilization can effectively reduce deer populations in open urban settings, another 2 years of data will be important to reaching any firm conclusions that might support requests to states for permission to use fertility control as an ongoing urban deer population management tool. One component of the study and a critical requirement for the long-term viability of sterilization as a management alternative is making it cost-effective. Obviously, this means comparing sterilization's effectiveness and reducing deer overabundance to other methods, but it also means finding economically viable ways for communities to implement programs like this one. To that end, Clifton Deer is in its 2nd year of recruiting and training local volunteer veterinarian surgeons and darter capture specialists. transitioning from reliance on expensive out-of-town experts to assumption of these duties by local professionals and volunteers could greatly improve the cost side of the cost effectiveness calculation. Finally, we are proud to report that as one of the few and maybe the only citizen initiative and managed fertility control programs in the country, CliftonDeer.org was invited by the International Botstiber Institute for Wildlife Fertility Control to present at the National Conference on Deer Fertility Control in New York on May 2nd. The success of the Clifton project has drawn attention of experts from around the country. A video of that conference should soon be available on the Bob Stibler website. And if you go on cliftoncommunity.org and go to the deer store, you can see that link. As always, we are grateful for the support of our Clifton neighbors who donate and volunteer their yards and time to make this possible. Fundraising for the fall 18 operations has begun, and your help is needed. Please consider a tax-deductible donation through one of the methods explained at our website, cliftondeer.org. And, thank you, David and Betsy Mann. They've donated their yard for a station. And they have a picture of a doe number 32, and they go on about showing a picture of the organization. So that's very exciting. I'd like to see that. Let's see what else we have on Clifton. The CliftonCommunity.org website, the Clifton Town Meeting official site. The next meeting, well, that's not right. The last meeting was at August 6th, so sorry, I'm going to get in trouble with not knowing the next meeting, but it's always the first Monday of the month. So the first Monday of September will be another Clifton Town meeting at the Clifton Rec Center, and it starts at 7 p.m. So we hope to see you there. Let's see what else we have. Oh yes, let's go to the Ludlow Garage. We'll get to the latest happenings at the garage. I'll be at an event tonight. Tonight, Commander Cody is at the Ludlow Garage. Showtime is at 8:30. Doors open at 7 p.m. The price is $17.50 to $40, and it's going to be a rock and roll show, and it's for all ages. And tomorrow, on Friday night at the Ludlow Garage, is going to be Scott Sherrard. Showtime is at 8:30. The doors open at 7. Tickets are $17.50 to $35, and it's rock, and all ages are welcome. On Saturday, this Saturday, we're going to have River Wireless with special guest Justin Ringel. Doors open. Showtime is at 8:30. Doors open at 7. Ticket price is $15 to $25. That's Saturday, and then following week, Friday, August 31st, will be Rumors, a Fleetwood Mac tribute. Doors open at showtime is at 8:30. Doors open at 7. Ticket prices from $20 to $35, and it's rock, and it's good for all ages. Thursday, September 6th, will be Mason Jennings with special guest Charlie Milken. It's Thursday, September 6th. Once again, the show is at 8:30. Doors open at 7. Tickets are $15 to $40. So that's the latest from the Ludlow Garage. Let's see if we can quickly pull up the menu. We'll give you a few things off the menu if we can pull that up. But I don't see that right this second. Let's see if we can get to the menu. Exciting to see what's on the menu. I'm probably going to be eating there tonight. You can reserve your shows through, reserve your seating through Open Table. It's a really easy website to go to, and you can make your reservation. Okay, we got the menu up. So the top of the menu is the sliders. We got a crab cake slider for 12, veggie slider for 9, meatball slider for 10, and pork loin slider for $10. Burgers are $9, and then we have a mushroom and onion Swiss for 12, black and blue for 12. These are hamburgers. Ham and egg for 12, portobello and onion straws for 12, and a veggie burger for 8. Also, flatbreads. We have Italian sausage, pesto, roasted Roma, caramelized onion mozzarella for 12, and a margherita. I wonder what that is. Fresh mozzarella, Roma, and basil for $10. Entrees, we have a fish ciabatta for $13, and then a Boston sausage roll for $13. Risotto of the day is $16. Clam linguine is $16, and ruby trout, fantastic, at $19, and a steak fajita, I suppose, at $19. So there's the main entrees for the Ludlow Garage, and the appetizers are elotes for $6, and hummus and veggies for $6. Chicken and Tripoli quesadilla, $8. Disco fries, $8. Calamari, $10. Wings, $10. Crab cake for $12. Soup de jour, $5. Chili, $7. Sides, fries, $4. Brussels sprouts, $6. Fantastic, Brussels sprouts. And we have, for the salads, we have Greek for $8, beet for $8, wedge for $9, Caesar for $9, and side for $4. So thank you, Ludlow Garage, for that great menu. Really looks fantastic. I can't wait to be there tonight and enjoy some. So let's see what else we have in our local news I can pull up off the internet. Well, we've gone through everything there, so that's I wanted to look up who's playing at Lydia's on Ludlow. So maybe we can look that up right now, try to find out what's happening at Lydia's. I'm also trying to find the Clifton Fest music. I'm sorry, not Clifton Fest, but music on the plaza this Friday. Trying to find that lineup. So we're going to try and see if we can see who's playing on the plaza. There's always music on the plaza. And Lydia has been so nice to supply beer during the plaza events, and you can order off her menu and have it served right there on the plaza. Lydia's on Ludlow. She has a nice Facebook page. It's open now from 7:30 to 11 p.m. Let's see. Can't see. Let's see. We'll have to open it up on the Facebook app. That will give us more diversity. Well, Lydia is hiring, so now hiring all positions. Apply now. You go to the Facebook page. This is a job. I don't believe that. They're always trying to get you to do something. Can't seem to get anything on Lydia's. Now, we tried. See if we can go to another route. But, let's try Facebook. We'll search something on Lydia's. See if I can get that together. Also, any business on Ludlow Avenue, I hope that they can get me their news. I can bring up their website and let everybody know what's going on here on Ludlow Avenue. This is a great resource to get the news out, and it's the wave of the future. So look forward to live broadcasts from Clifton Market every day. So we've got a few comments from Lydia's. Great food, amazing staff, one of my favorite places to work and hang out. Their open mic is really supportive and eclectic, so that's what I was looking for. Events at Lydia's. Oh, and here's the schedule. So today, Thursday, it's the 23rd, open mic. So open mic is tonight at Lydia's on Ludlow from 6 to 10 p.m. And on Friday, Rick Wasson is playing. And on Saturday, it says weekend shows are from 7 to 10 p.m. So I guess Rick Wasson is going to be playing from 7 to 10. And the Cincy Jazz Train is playing on Saturday, the 25th, from 7 to 10 p.m. And then on Sunday, we have Ron Enhart Jazz Quartet from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's fantastic. One time I sat there and painted a painting while the jazz was going on. It's really totally cool. So we look forward to seeing you there at Lydia's on Ludlow. So I know that I should be searching another website or another shop. I don't know. I'm going to put them on the queue. It's nice to just have a bunch of tabs so I can click through. But in the meantime, let's go back to some more fun things. We're coming up close to the end of the first hour here. And I got an old issue of the Chronicle. This is the spring 2004 issue. And let's see what the exciting news here. We got, this is back when Patrick White was doing all the headlines, the border art and everything. It's fun to look at it. I'm trying to find a simple story to tell. Well, let's go to this. Clifton and the Natural World has a wonderful column head, and it's by Barbara Druffel. What a winter wonderland this has been. Snow has dotted the landscape and remained for more than a couple of days. During the first big snowfall week ago, I sat transfixed as the snow fell, covering my yard. Outlining the trees were billowy snow masses with every branch lined in white. Then I started noticing the surprising appearances of birds, more than I was used to seeing. Brilliant cardinals and petite chickadees, even mockingbirds, moving lightning fast from branch to branch. Were the birds coming out to play? They seemed so animated. I asked Jack Gottschang if there were more birds around than usual. Jack recently moved from Clifton after 40 plus years. Jack was head of the Department of Biology at UC and professor of zoology. The reason that you're seeing so many birds is really simple. Birds show up against the stark white background. They don't have the typical advantage of camouflage. When the snow illuminates the landscape, there aren't any more birds than usual. It's just that you are noticing them more easily. Nature is amazing and there is always a logic behind any occurrence. So that's from Barbara Druffel in the, gosh, this is the spring edition of the Clifton Chronicle in 2004. So let's see. We're still, what is it? Boy, oh boy, crazy stories. Oh my gosh, here's a story from Helping Hands by the famous Clifton cartoonist James Patrick White. He did the murals in Arlen's Cafe, and he also a long time ago did a series of 4x8 billboards that lined the parking lot, and it was like paint by number, and you could go to Arlen's and have your brush and your color, and you could paint. I really wish I could find those murals. James still lives in Clifton, and he's an elusive bird. So here's what he had to say with Helping Hands, a song to unsung heroes by James Patrick White. Over 20 years ago, Sally Riffle worked for the Clifton Senior Center. She befriended a poor elderly woman who lived there and who was about to go into the hospital. Frightened and alone, the woman was saddened by the fact that she had no decent nightgown to wear during her hospital stay. Sally had just gotten a new nightgown for Christmas. She unselfishly gave her nightgown to her friend. Thus was born Neighbor to Neighbor, Sally and Andy Riffle's two-person charity organization. For the past 20 years since, the Riffles have volunteered their time and efforts for countless people in need in and outside of Clifton. Because of them, 117 people received presents this past Christmas. This year they gave hams, clothing, Easter baskets to the Lighthouse Shelter, and there are 70 babies being helped by the Riffles' own Milk for Babies Fund. You might think from all this that the Riffles must be millionaires. They're not. They lead a good, simple life. Any extra money they acquire goes to the many charities they've created and maintained. The two teetotalers eat lunch virtually every day at Arlen's Bar and Grill. Their reputation is so well known that many people routinely give them donations and clothing. They in turn these gifts out to the long list of poor and needy that need help. The Riffles have been awarded many citations and proclamations from the City Hall and other esteemed establishments. Although they appreciate such gestures, they will tell you that they would much rather have a donation bag of clothing than a citation. Sally does much more for her neighborhood. I pick up so much litter on Ludlow Avenue, Sally jokes, that people probably recognize my butt more than my face. While back there was a 7-year-old boy being consoled at Fernstein Center for grieving children in Blue Ash. Tragically, his father had died of cancer, and his mom could not afford a headstone for his dad. Using their network of connections, the Riffles pulled some incredible strings that got that family a stone. I could go on and on telling you more about bicycles for kids and special gifts for the less fortunate in our society, but honestly, there was not enough space in this newsletter to list all the stories of giving for which the Riffles are responsible. They don't have a website. Every time someone gives them a computer, they give it away. You can make contact with the Riffles or make a donation, and you can write them. So I don't know if they're still there. This was back in 2004, but here's the address. 342 Thrall, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45220, or telephone them at 861-2468, or just drop around Arlen's around lunchtime. Sally would get a kick out of having the alley between Arlen's and the parade house and the firehouse Gee, I wonder what name Sally's Alley sounds good to me. Well, that'd be great. So if you'd like to see if you can contact them, here's the information again. Write them at 342 Thrall, Cincinnati, Ohio 45220, and that's Sally Riffle, Riffle, or call them at 861-2468. So that's an incredible story from the old Chronicle, spring of 2004. So, well, let's read a small story about the Ludlow Garage back in 2004. Ludlow Garage continues to rock on with a new vendor and improved digs for another. So this is a story from the spring Clifton Chronicle in 2004. For those Cliftonites who weren't yet residents of 45220 in the 70s, the Garage was known as the area's most famous hippie rock palace. As described by the Cincinnati Post in the 2003 article, the Allman Brothers were almost a house band in 1970, when the Garage was owned by now Cincinnati City Council member Jim Tarbow. And remember, we're reading the story from spring of 2004 in the Clifton Chronicle. The famous rock group memorialized the Ludlow Garage with the release in 1991 of Live at the Garage, a recording of the concert held in 1970. The Post also described it as an abandoned garage, featuring some of the cutting-edge bands from the psychedelic scene. So that's from Janet Ross, the old story about the Clifton Chronicle in 2004. Oh, here's a story about the Clifton cow. Right? Remember, the Clifton cow got loose, and our old-time resident, who's now gone on, Wolfgang Rietschel, painted the Clifton cow, and it's called the Freedom Fighter. In our last roundup on the Clifton cow, we forgot to mention Cliftonite Wolfgang Rietschel's painting for the Cincinnati Metro bus system. If you'd like to see the original painting as well as prints, visit his studio. Well, that's no longer there. And also mentions me, believe it or not. Tom Lohre started his Cincy Freedom series by using the cow in artwork for his Streets Block Party. So I have three such paintings, and on my website there's a chronicle of the cow and the news and the track it made through Clifton. So the Clifton cow is now gone on to cow heaven, but it was rescued and put in a sanctuary by, believe it or not, Peter Max. Got the cow up there. Oh, and here they have a picture of the painting I did of the cow. Mary Swessano, you might know her, a famous Cliftonite, commissioned a portrait of the Clifton cow because she believed that it took a rest in her home on top of the hill. So I painted the Clifton cow taking a rest with the Swessano home in the background and her children sitting on a bench right nearby. And so here's the story about that. February 27th. Now remember, this is the spring issue of the Clifton Chronicle in 2004. February 27th marked the second anniversary of the Carolet, was the name of the type of cow that escaped. Cows escape. Cows regularly escape from the various meat packing plants in Cincinnati's Mill Creek Valley, but they are usually shot in the street or hoarded into a nearby fenced parking lot. Cincy Freedom won the hearts of Cliftonites by being able to defy such a fate. She roamed free on the wooded hillsides for 10 days before her capture. It was a capture that gave her a reprieve from death and has led to a comfortable life on a farm in upstate New York. Lori Boston, co-founder of the Farm Sanctuary, is pleased to give Cliftonites the latest update on their favorite runaway cow, Cincy Freedom. According to Lori, who calls the frisky bovine Cincy for short, She is very healthy and is completely adapted to life on the farm and to her herd of 45 other cows. Her favorite cow pals continue to be Queenie and Pierre, and her people pals are completely devoted to her and proclaim her as such an inspiration. The farm sanctuary operates a 175-acre shelter in New York and a 300-acre shelter in Northern California. The shelter provides rescue, rehabilitation, and lifelong care for victims of food animal production, including cattle, pigs, chickens, turkeys, goats, sheep, ducks, geese, and rabbits. All the animals housed at the farm sanctuary were victims of cruelty and neglect. Some of the animals were rescued during our investigations of farms, stockyards, auctions, and slaughterhouses. Others arrived from humane societies and the SPCA cruelty cases. For the first time in their lives, animals who have only known fear, isolation, and pain are enjoying spacious, clean, straw-filled barns, nourishing food, veterinarian care, and love. You may wish to visit their website, thefarmsanctuary.org. For more information about the organization, go to the website, farmsanctuary.com. When asked by the Chronicle's Sandy Cohen about her long-range future in the sanctuary, Lohre explains that her personality profile dictates that she will remain at the farm sanctuary east for the rest of the days of her life and never be transferred to another farm. No matter what you may have heard from other sources, her future is assured. She will never be turned out of the sanctuary. She no longer needs to jump fences, but she is considered a special needs animal, and she continues to be skittish around her human caregivers. In fact, Lohre reports that she required 4 adult humans to calm her during her monthly health and dental checkups and her hoof trainings. Sounds like the same indomitable personality that landed her right smack in the hearts of so many Cliftonites. Beloved as she will always be, her upkeep does come with a price tag. Lohre assures Cincy's Freedom friends that Cincy Freedom is fat and sassy now, but she does cost $40 per month to keep her that way. Anyone who would like to help with Cincy Care may send a tax-deductible donation to the Farm Sanctuary, Inc., P.O. Box 150, Watkins Glen, New York, 14891. I'll read that again. To donate a tax-deductible donation, it's the Farm Sanctuary, Inc., P.O. Box 150, Watkins Glen, New York, 14891. Isn't that something? What a great issue from the past. Oh, here's the Clifton Whimsical. Hey, David. This issue's Whimsical is dedicated to former Cliftonite and world-famous actress Sarah Jessica Parker. SJP portrayed the girlfriend of what famous movie director? I'm sorry. Sarah Jessica Parker portrayed the girlfriend of what famous movie director? I'll have to read this at the end of the show. What does Sarah Jessica Parker's character convince Steve Martin's character to get in the movie L.A. Story? Gosh, I should know that. Anyway, in Mars Attacks, the head of Sarah Jessica Parker is attached to the body of what animal? In what Sarah Jessica Parker movie is she seen dressed in a showgirl outfit getting married to a guy in a white Elvis jumpsuit? So, those are the answers. So I guess I might as well read the answers. Of course, she portrayed the girlfriend of what famous movie director? And that was Ed Wood. A great movie. I must have watched it 25 times. And what Sarah Jessica Parker character convinced Steve Martin's character to get in the movie, L.A. Story. And let's see what that. A high colonic. I don't understand that. A high colonic. All right. Okay, in Mars Attack, what is Sarah Jessica Parker's head attached to? Well, she's attached to the body of a chihuahua. And what Sarah Jessica Parker is she seen dressed in a showgirl outfit getting married to a guy in a white Elvis jumpsuit, and that is Honeymoon in Vegas. So gosh, I gotta watch all those. That'd be fantastic. So that's the issue of spring of 2004, straight out of the archives of the Clifton Chronicle. Clifton Chronicle is now in everybody's mailboxes, and we're having trouble getting it online. Let me see if we can find out what the story is about the Chronicle. If we can get it, if we can find out if it's online yet. We'll go to the CliftonCommunity.org website, and we should be able to pull up to see if the Chronicle is just. Sometimes the website for the phone doesn't work as well as it does when you're online. So I apologize for not having a straight up. I guess I'll have to open up in a different website. So let's continue reading the Clifton Chronicle news. I guess I'll give you a slight update about the Clifton market. We're past an hour into our broadcast. We got a half hour to go, and basically we had a shareholders meeting on Monday, and it's very important to know that the market is running on a razor-thin edge. We need everybody to step up 10% and shop more, 10% more if you do shop here, and also to if you don't shop, then start shopping 10%, because without our sales up to 160,000 a week, we're not a viable grocery store. So the good news is that once we get up to 160,000 a week, we really passed a tremendous hurdle. We'll be able to have the operating capital to start to flesh out a lot of things that need to be done here. But that brings up another good thing. We're in our final phase of fundraising. The important thing to remember is that we didn't open with enough operating capital. In fact, the store opened with no operating capital. And a store this size needs at least $400,000 in reserve to act as a circular in and out of making sales and buying groceries. So we opened the store without it, and many people thought that the store was okay since it was open, but it's not true. So with the GoFundMe page, our goal is $300,000. Now, of course, that's just 300 Cliftonites giving $1,000 would make that happen. And the fun thing about it is that we have 300 Clifton residents that can donate $1,000, and with that money, we can begin to be immediately. We'll fill the shelves with a week. So we'll have the cash reserves. We can keep the shelves stocked. We'll take a tremendous amount of pressure off the staff to run on ether, which is what they're running on now. So that's the results from the shareholders meeting. We're going to try and reach out to see if we can get the 700 shareholders to shop here that don't really have a record with the store yet, and just people stopping in to certainly appreciate a fine market that we have here. I think many people come in with a grocery list and they don't see what they don't have what they want, and we want people to adapt. Darwin conclusion on the evolution of the earth is that the people that survive, the animals that survive, are the ones that can adapt. It's not the fastest, it's not the smartest, and it's not the people with the most money. The people that survive are the ones that can adapt. So we're asking the region within the 5-mile radius to come here and adapt to what we have at the market. I have no trouble coming in and buying all the food I need, adapting to what they have, and put food on the table for my family. So probably that's the keynote to take away. Remember that at this point in the market, it's not what the market can do for you, it's what you can do for the market. So with that said, we'll go on to some more fun things, like I'll try to get somebody to interview here soon. Gone through days. We're just going to have to start going back to the Clifton Chronicle. It's just come out in the mailboxes, and it's on. I'm trying to discover whether it's online, but I figure it out now. I believe I read about all the Clifton Cultural Arts Center is moving all its programs to various communities in the region. It's going to be really exciting to find out where they where we're going to have a new art center. I spoke about Clifton Fest is coming back on October 6th and 7th. And Emmanuel Presbyterian Church is also going to have their Apple Fest at the same time. So you can just go right around the corner, and there's numerous activities for children, plus their famous apple pies. And the Clifton area neighborhood school is moving into the old Clifton school, coming not this year but next year in the 2019-20 school year. The CANS advisory group meets monthly every third Thursday at 7 p.m. at the Rawson farmhouse next to the Clifton school building. The PTO welcomes parents and CANS neighbors. Questions are always welcome at the cansadvisory@gmail.com. cansadvisory@gmail.com. That was put together by Drew Swessano. She's president of the CANS PTO. So thank you, Drew, for that. Also, this fall, there's going to be the Mothers Group meets every month on the second Tuesday at a home in Clifton. And if you'd like to find out more about it, I'll have to get a name and a number for you to reach out. But it's every second Tuesday of the month. They don't meet during the summer, I think July and August. But starting in September, the Clifton Mother Study Group is going to be meeting in a private home in Clifton. In fact, we always sponsor the Clifton Mother Study Group every September at our home. So this time it'll be at 619 Evans. Let me see if I can get more information about that. Usually it's in the back part of the... If you go to the online Clifton Chronicle, the last page is an aerial map that has every photograph. I mean, it has every phone number of all the businesses and a circular around the perimeter. It's a great resource to print out from the Clifton Online Chronicle. Now here's the story about the Clifton Study Group. The Moms Group, since 1938, Clifton Child Study Group has been bringing Clifton area mothers together to socialize and discuss ideas since 1930. Meetings are at 7 p.m. the second Tuesday of the month, September to May. New members are always welcome. Contact Mindy Rich and that's at cliftonmoms@gmail.com. So the Clifton Mother Study Group meets every second Tuesday from September to May in a private home in Clifton. And new members are always welcome. Contact Mindy Rich at cliftonmoms@gmail.com. So I'm glad I was able to pull that right up. Here's another story about, notice about the Clifton Business and Professional Association. The CBPA meets the third Monday at 3 p.m. at the U.S. Bank in lower level every month. Patrick Borders is co-president. He's from Cincinnati, acupuncture and herbalist. Lydia Randall-Zeck from Lydia's on Ludlow. She's co-president. And Jack Rand is treasurer. And Anna Ferguson of World Peace Yoga is secretary. And you can email them at Clifton Business Association, abbreviated, at gmail.com. Also, they have a website. It's Clifton Gaslight Business District. I'll be plugging those into my phone, and I'll be able to keep you updated about Clifton business. See here, Abby Moran's come in to the store, so maybe I can get her to come over here for an interview. Let's see if we have. Abby.
Hi, how are you?
Let's see what else we have. Hey, Abby. Abby. I wasn't able to call her over here. Maybe I can get one after she checks out. See what else we have in the online chronicle. It's 31 pages online. Lots of photographs of Burnett Woods. Recently there was a meeting in Burnett Woods about Burnett Woods at the Coreyville Rec Center. It was they gave presentations, 3 different presentations. One from the introduction. It was organized by the Parks Department, and they gave a nice presentation, and then the Burnett Woods supporters gave a presentation, and the CCAC gave a presentation, and also an outdoors group. I can't remember the name, but they organized groups to go out in the North Woods, and they were trying to bring this experience into urban communities by having to use Burnett Woods for some of this urban interface, to introduce youth to the outdoors using Burnett Woods. So they all gave presentations, and then afterwards they had a breakout session where people could express their interest or excitement, and so that was very well attended, and the Parks Department will make a decision about if they're going to allow the Arts Center to relocate in the park. So after community input sessions, the Parks Department will make a decision. So I think there might be another meeting in the future to try to crystallize what they learned on this last meeting, but it was well attended, and I think the main thing they brought up was there was a study, I'm going to say, done in 2011 about the park. You might remember recommendations were to put a restaurant in, to take Dick Smith and move the entrance right across to the park, putting so you just go straight across into the park. And but one of the points that was mentioned at the meeting was that 0 of the recommendations were implemented. So we're hoping that the latest interest in the Parks Department, soliciting information from the community. They'll be able to make a decision that reflects the community with the information they received at this latest meeting, and probably another one before they make their final decision. So let's go on with more information of just around town from the online Clifton Chronicle. There's a display of Cincinnati Jewish heritage photographs at the Skirball Museum on Clifton. It's organized. It's a photographic history by J. Miles Wolfe. You might know Mr. Wolfe is. I'm sorry, it may be a woman. No, it is a man, but he's a well-known photographer in Cincinnati. He's put together this collection of images using old images and new ones showing the Jewish presence in Cincinnati. Here, I'll read the story. Professional photographer J. Miles Wolfe is passionate about his native Cincinnati, renowned for his striking images of Cincinnati's bridges, skylines, vistas, historic places, as well as neighborhoods and parks. Miles is always chasing the light for a never-ending pursuit of the next great image. With the Jewish Cincinnati, a photographic history opening at the Skirball Museum on the historic Clifton campus of Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion on Thursday, October 11th at 5:30 p.m. Wolfe brings his creative energy and discerning eye to illustrating the history of the Jews of Cincinnati. So that's going to open October 11th at 5:30 at the Skirball Museum on the campus of the Hebrew Union College. I've been there to many events, and it's a wonderful space. Kim Fender from the Cincinnati Public Library is retiring after 30 years of service. She you might know DePaul Cristo Rey is the school down at the end of Ludlow Avenue, around the bend from Cincinnati State. Is breaking new ground. They do a great service for youth and making sure that they all move on into college. Let me see if I can go to my list to see if we're coming around. We only got we've got 15 minutes left of this show. Go to my notes. See if I lost anything. Oh, well, we might as well go straight to volunteer opportunities here at the Clifton Market. As you imagine, we struggled to start as a co-op, and I think you can correctly describe the store as a community-owned grocery store. There's no need to become a member or shareholder. It kind of harkens back to the old days of co-ops where you had to volunteer and you had to be a member in order to participate. But it's not true for the modern day co-op. So we're really a community-owned grocery store, and although there's no necessary needs to volunteer, it's not a requirement. We certainly would like to have volunteers help as much as they can to fill in the gaps during this very critical startup period. And some of the few things that can be done is we need someone to paint the railing in the parking lot The flower beds above the windows on Ludlow Avenue have been nicely filled in, and we've arranged the flags so they don't flap over the top of the roof. And there's a sign post in the parking lot. We need a sign put on that. And we're also looking for people to call share owners to encourage them to shop at the market. And we're looking to have some more, to change the temporary signs in the windows. So we've got to renew that. So that's another project there. And one of the projects is getting ID name tags for the employees. As you might imagine, they get lost or just misplaced or dirty. I made a collection of name tags for everybody, but as an ongoing way to do it, Tanette, the human resources person here at Clifton Market, is going to print out sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper with circles that can be cut out at the downtown library maker floor and make buttons out of. So we need someone to go downtown with these sheets of paper that Tanette will print for you, cut the circles out, put the Mylar covering on, and make buttons. Now you don't need a reservation to make these buttons, and they're 10 cents a piece. You'll pay that a fee. The market appreciates your donating that. So you'll make the buttons for the IDs for the employees, and you can work with Tanette to keep that ongoing, because once we get through about the first 50, there'll just be a few done every so often to keep everybody with a nice button like this with their name on it. So that's another project. And otherwise, there's really, if you see something that needs to be done, or let's say you have a problem with the market, like you come in here and they don't know how to, one of the features that Keith has started is if you buy $500 on a gift card, you get $25. So you can come in and get the gift card, but it turns out that the gift cards can only be put to a maximum of $250. And so you have to have two cards. One has $250 on it and the other one has $275. But it's a procedure that it would be best if we had a volunteer that knew all the nuances of this and could help just sort of touch base with the cashiers and keep them up to snuff, working with Keith and Amy and Tanette to train the cashiers. Because even though there are front people, the cashiers are somewhat, they're coming and going. So they all need to be welcomely embraced and known and know all the details of, like taking an application for a share to become a shareholder, or pointing the interested person into seeing where the literature is for making a loan. Right in by the shopping carts, there's a rack with the paper to become a shareholder. There's also the form to become a lender, and there's also a nice folder about the market itself. So the cashiers need to know about these nuances so that they can be productive, even though they're the first people that people meet. They need to know these things, and we could use a volunteer to keep everybody up on that. Now, as far as making, I guess I need to go and find out what's showing at the Plaza Music. That's what I missed. We do have Lydia's open mic night tonight, and I believe tonight we have a beer tasting from Platform Beer from 4 to 6. I need to keep abreast about that. So I mistakenly clicked off my internet, so I have to go back and see. I might be able to pull up the music on the plaza. That'd be fun to know who's playing this. Who's playing tonight on the plaza? Here, Clifton Plaza home page. Fantastic. Let you know who's playing this weekend on the plaza. I guess it's Friday and Saturday. They have music on the plaza. This Facebook page was put together by CliftonCommunity.org, so I suppose you can go to the CliftonCommunity.org page and get that information too. So here we are, Friday, August 24th. Full Moon Ranch will be at Clifton Plaza. It's a group of singers and guitar players, string instrument players. There's a mandolin, 2 guitars, and then so that's tomorrow. Saturday at 7 p.m. is the Queen City Balladeers on Clifton Plaza. 7 p.m. on Saturday, and Friday is the Full Moon Ranch on Clifton Plaza at 7 p.m. Now, I'm sure that on both of these events, Lydia will have the beer cart set up, so you'll be able to buy draft beer. Usually we keep the Rheingeist in the keg here in the cold spot in the beer cooler here for Clifton Plaza. So I'm sure they'll have some Rheingeist Truth there, or Cougar, or one of the popular Rheingeist beers. Plus, I'm sure they probably sell wine by the glass too. So that's the lineup for Clifton Plaza. Let's see what else we have. Gaslight Bar and Grill. I don't know what that is. Let's go and see. Maybe it's something about us. Gaslight Bar and Grill. I wonder where that is. Gaslight Bar and Grill. Well, they show some sushi. Oh, I see. Well, the Gaslight Bar and Grill is going to be the new place in the old Clifton Library, the one that they've demolished, and they're going to put a rooftop garden. It's right across from Ace Hardware. They show pictures of the gutting, and look at this, they got a menu. I'll be darned. Gaslight Bar and Grill. We got fried oysters, shrimp wraps, farm fries. There's going to be some salmon. It looks like the pages have been cut off a little bit, but crab cakes, cucumber salad. Looks like they're working on the menu. There it is. Coming the summer of 2018 to Ludlow Avenue, spacious bar area, lunch and dinner, rooftop terrace for drinks and dining, weather permitting. Stay tuned. So they got on the Gaslight Bar and Grill. They have wonderful pictures of scallops. What else? I see. That's fantastic. I'm glad I checked in on that. Looks like we're coming up on our final few minutes here at the third Clifton Market Live. Gaslight Bar and Grill, that's what it's going to be called. Fantastic. Let's see what else we can pull up on Facebook. Plaza music, we went through that. Of course, we're going to have holidays on Ludlow. And see if I can find some more stories. Sorry I wasn't able to get anybody to interview, but of course we have the golf outings coming up this Saturday. Oh yes, Friday at Clifton Meadows. There's going to be a family get-together. I believe it starts at 6. The pool is going to stay open till 9, and the club is going to stay open till 10. So basically, it's a potluck, and it's a meet and greet for your neighbors. at Clifton Meadows. And it looks like we've got 10 seconds left in my hour and a half, so I'm going to sign off with the Clifton Meadows party tomorrow night. Family affair starts at 6. Bring your own potluck, bring your friends, and the pool is going to stay open till 9, and the club is going to close at 10 o'clock. So goodbye, and thanks from Clifton Market. This is Clifton Market Live on YouTube.